there. Number 24 on the Leuzinger side, Tim Camilo. Very good hit. Laid him out right there at the 20. Really not laid him out, just stopped him, because there might be some laying out, but who knows? As the game progresses, only time will tell.
So the Hawthorne team takes their first offensive series right now.
Exactly.
They come to the line. Let's see what type of... They're going with a I formation offense. Actually, it's a single back offense.
Number 9.
There's moving and jumping.
Penalty. Flags everywhere.
Looks like it's going to be offside on...
Hawthorne.
Offside on Hawthorne. So it looks like the guys are a little hyper about this.
Look at number 75 over there. Number Peter Gaius. He's over there jumping around. He can't stop moving. Uh-oh.
Oh,
We changed his mind.
Surprise.
Maybe not changed his mind. We just fooled us.
So it's a 5-yard offside penalty against Leuzinger.
Exactly. Everybody was confused on that one. Maybe you flipped the coin. Who knows? Hey, it's an even ball game right now.
Okay, so Hawthorne lines up again with Conway at quarterback. They go into the formation. A single back form.
Oh, he jumped.
And another penalty.
Cicero Newton was on that one, number 64. He was way ahead of everybody. He maybe wanted that little lead there, the little advantage that all defensive players need. Just some more yards.
Believe it or not, Alex, and you rarely see this, Hawthorne has gained a first down without ever snapping the ball.
Uh-oh. Can you imagine when they do snap the ball?
Right.
Yeah, I've heard rumors down there that, that Conway could throw with his favorite ball. He has a favorite ball down there. He can throw from end zone to end zone, so look out.
That is a strong arm. The kid seems like he's got major college potential.
Only as a junior.
Maybe we'll get to see him play tonight.
There you go. Looks like it's going.
Snap is good. There's no flag on the play. They bust up through the middle. He makes 30 to the 40.
Anthony Jefferson, the usual running back, got to stop there. If he gets by him, it's all right side line.
A 14-yard gain for Jefferson.
He took off, didn't he? Nobody could stop him. It was like grease.
So surprisingly, Hawthorne comes out running the ball. We had sort of expected to pass because they do have an excellent quarterback and 2 excellent receivers. Maybe this is a mind game on the part of the Hawthorne coaching staff to try to throw Leuzinger off.
Here we go.
The snap is taken. It's I formation.
Here comes the pass right here.
Quarterback drops back. He's being pursued. He's being pursued.
David Whitmore, stopped him.
And he's stopped on the far sideline in front of the Leuzinger bench.
Danny L got that one. He's a 5'4", weighs 130. Defensive player right there. He got on top of him, but the pressure was on. David Whitmore carried him all the way down to the Leuzinger side of the field.
And make no mistake about it, people. Leuzinger has an excellent defense. Their 3 victories have been by shutout.
Oof. And they even got shut out too against the Birdies. So,
but they are good. They are good, and I think you're going to see some hard hitting here.
Oh, they go all out on this one. Nobody holds that back any punches.
I think the team seems to have settled down after those first 2 offside penalties. They were just a little jittery, ready to get the action started. But now they're into the flow of the game, and I think everything is going to be okay from here.
Another handoff.
Another handoff.
Oh, he gets carried.
Right, he carries the guy 3 yards. He was hit behind the line of scrimmage and lunges forward for 2 or 3 yards.
That was number 24, Tim Camilo again. He just seemed like he was a hitchhiker there. He just hung on and took him for about 4 yards there.
Great game.
That's kind of tough when you got 165 pounds plus tackle on you. Hey, he's a strong guy.
3rd down, 12 yards to go for Hawthorne. The ball is at the Hawthorne 42-yard line.
3rd and 12, no doubt of pass here.
Score 0-0 if you just joined us. 9 minutes, 15 seconds left in the first quarter.
Conway's ready.
He drops back.
Uh-oh. Looking down the right side.
He's rolling.
Oh.
He rolled out of the pocket, and he's stuffed again by the Leuzinger defense.
That was the famous number 24. Maybe not famous, but after tonight's game, he will be. Number 24, Tim Camilo. Can't say much. Praise him too much. He's on every play. He really wants it. Looks like he wants it.
There's a loss of 2 yards on the play, so now you're looking at a 4th and 14. Obviously a punting situation for Hawthorne. And the Leuzinger punt returner has dropped back, and he's awaiting the kick, and they're lining up now. This is an interesting formation that Hawthorne uses.
Greg Manigault receiving. He's the starting quarterback. Supposed to be injured.
That's got to be interesting. The kick is
he's waving
it's a high kick.
He sure has.
He's calling for a fair catch, and he makes the fair catch at the 34-yard line.
That's different. You don't see too many quarterbacks that are injured and probable players. He wasn't even expected to play. Look, Carnes is talking to him. Looked like he's in there. Cougars were not expecting Manigault to start, not with that injury. All week long, Carnes has been saying, "I save him for league." See what happens.
That is a very interesting development. Again, a piece of coaching strategy. As Alex said all week, the Leuzinger staff had said that Manigault wouldn't play, but here he is preparing to take the snap right now.
Psychologically, that could have an effect on the Cougar defense.
The Leuzinger snaps, and...
Oh, he's breaking.
Oh, here's a good run.
Oh, good stop.
Good run. Should be a first down. Looks like enough for a first down.
Number 8, Chapel Collins, had a good low block on him right there.
And it is. It's first down for Leuzinger.
Ooh.
So Leuzinger moves the ball 10 yards on their first possession.
With Manigault in there, I would expect them to be throwing more. However, with his back spasms or pull muscle, as it should be legitimately called, I don't think there'll be too much throwing. A lot of handoffs, but he's got to throw it because that defense is coming right in. Those Cougars are big.
Well, we'll certainly keep our eye on him.
Number 19.
Let's see what he does. This time they do a pitch back and it gets dropped for a loss.
Number 19, Greg Franklin, the second-string quarterback. He didn't get anywhere there. He probably wishes he could throw it.
I think Manigault not Manigault, but Franklin stepped in the last game when Manigault was injured and did a fine job of quarterbacking. So if Manigault is against Culver City, if Manigault is injured, they do have an excellent backup quarterback.
He also did a nice job against North Torrance.
They come back to the line of scrimmage. Here's the snap. It's an inside handoff, and he moves up, picks up a couple of yards, moves the ball out to about the 48-yard line. Still going to be Greg Franklin.
He's a workhorse. He's moving him up there, close to the 50.
Probably going to be looking at, about 7 yards for the first down. Third down and 6, they say. We're still in the first quarter. 7 minutes left in the quarter. The score is 0-0.
Now, one attempted Olympian pass yet. Number 84 just brought in the call play from the coach, Tyrone Scott. He's 6'2", he's a big boy. 180, only a junior. Let's see what he brought in from Steve Carnes, the head coach, Leuzinger.
Manigault lines up, he's calling the signal. He drops back the pass. He passes out in the flat, and it's incomplete.
Good pass coverage right there. Number 44 was all over him, Avery Kindred. Ooh, number 88 had no chance at that one. Sorry for Jesse Munoz. He tried. He was stretching his arms out, but unfortunately he doesn't have 6-foot arms.
The ball was led. Manigault led him just a little too much.
And here comes a kick.
Leuzinger in punting formation. The kick is good. The snap is good. The snap is good rather than the kick is good.
It's bouncing.
Picks it up at the 15-yard line, brings it out to the 20.
Hey, could be a fumble. Oh, no, he held on to it.
Hawthorne retains possession of the ball.
So much movement down there. That was number 84 again.
Conway leads the Hawthorne offense back on the field, and the Leuzinger defense comes back on the field.
Pretty peculiar there. Tyrone Scott came in with a play from Carnes, and now he's down there, down the field, moving quick on the tackle. See what the Cougars can do with it on their own 20-yard line. 6:17 remaining in this first quarter.
Cougars come out in a high formation. Conway's calling the signals. Newton jumping around.
Ooh.
And it's going to be offsides again. Let's see who is it on. Were they drawn off, or did they just jump offside?
Ray Bolden for the Olympians, number 34, was doing a lot of tap dancing out there. He was all over the place. There goes the ref with the hand pointing in the
Olympians. Offside against Leuzinger. Leuzinger has been penalized now in the first quarter 3 times for 15 yards for offsides.
Kind of hurts, huh? That was an easy 5 yards, huh?
Very easy 5 yards. Okay, they line up again. Conway is behind the center. They're in I formation. And there's the snap. He hands to the second back through, and he gets through. He's got 1 man to beat. But he gets caught from behind at the 42-yard
Olympians were there for another ride, just like Camilo, but this time he was grabbing on by the ankles. He had a little rougher ride than Camilo, but he took him for about 5 yards there, too. These Cougars really can't take it. They can take it.
I think what the Cougars are doing here is showing Leuzinger a different twist.
Exactly.
I'm sure everybody here expected him to come out pass, and they know how good Conway's arm is, but we've yet to see a pass play, a pass attempt.
Another
inside handoff to the first man through. He stumbles a little bit. Who's that guy? Number 28.
Number 28, Brett Floyd. He tripped over his own defensive lineman there that I've seen. He could have busted
his own offensive lineman, I think, Alex.
Oh, that's right. Excuse me. I'm on the wrong side. It's all right.
But he did fall forward for a small 3-yard gain.
Oh, exactly. I'll make that one up. Seems like Hawthorne out there, like RTD buses taking Olympians for rides here.
That's it. They really got them fooled. I think that the Olympians were expecting pass, and they're seeing a lot of run. Again, handoff to the second back through, and he stopped after a short gain.
He's attacked by
about 2 yards.
The whole team out there on the field was all over him.
So Hawthorne, the Hawthorne Cougars will be faced with a 3rd and 5.
Not too much time here in the first period to go. 4:30. Still, they got a whole 3 periods to go, and the rest of this one. Anything can happen in these kind of games. I've seen them all just about.
Both teams are very explosive. They can score from anywhere on the field at any time. Again, Conway brings him back to the line of scrimmage. He's under center. He takes the snap. He hands it off on the inside. This is going to be close. It'll depend on where they spot it. I thought a very strange call, running play on 3rd and 5. I think we're just going to have to see.
That was Dan Ika, number 44. Got him on the lower.
It's a first down. They were successful.
Yes, it is.
First down, Hawthorne. And Hawthorne is now in Leuzinger territory at the Leuzinger 48-yard line, let's call it. No, let's make it the 47-yard line. First and 10 for Hawthorne at the Leuzinger 47-yard line.
Estimate out there. A lot of dead grass. Here we go. Calling time, huh? He was a little
Conway calls times. I think he saw something he didn't like, or maybe the Leuzinger defense confused him a little there. What I'm noticing, Alex, is that both coaches have done some things that weren't expected. On the Hawthorne side, you've got Hawthorne that's come out running, and they were expecting, I'm sure Leuzinger was expecting them to pass. And on the Leuzinger side, you've got Leuzinger that's come out running also, when they were probably expected to pass. Not to mention the fact that Manigault was not expected to play, and he's playing.
Well, we've seen it all, and there's yet more to be seen here on the field. Both coaches playing little mind games, little strategic things that coaches are known to do, especially Goy Casillas out there. First-year head coach as the Cougars, however, he's been here with Hawthorne for quite a while now, and as a defensive coordinator coach, and he pretty much can do a lot with the team. Same as with Carnes, 4-year head coach out there. They both coached together at Lawndale High School. They pretty much know their style of coaching, but the teams are the ones out there. The guys out there in the uniforms, the ones doing it, they're the ones out there.
They come back from the timeout. Conway lines up behind the center. Again, they're in the I formation. We'll see what hands off to the second back group, and he picks up about 4 yards.
The 34, Rod Taylor out there getting a workout.
So basically right now, Hawthorne is handing off to the first man through and the second man through.
They'll surprise us when Conway starts throwing, huh?
Exactly. I think what they may be trying to do is to lull Leuzinger into a little sleep and maybe pop the big pass on him.
Not bad. You should be out there coaching, huh?
No, I prefer to be up here. I think
it's safe for
nice.
you, huh?
Exactly. Snap, hand off to the first man through. This time he breaks one tackle, but he's brought down by 2 other Leuzinger defensive players.
And that was number 24, Tim Camilo again. He's all over the place.
Conway looks to the sideline for a signal from the coaches. It comes in with a player off the bench. He's got the play. They're in the huddle.
That was number 28, Brent Floyd. He's out now. He's on the sidelines, wandering around. Maybe a little injury there, maybe a little breather.
They're down 2 yards to go, still in the first quarter. We'll see what play they call here. I'm expecting a run. Let's see. They're in a T formation, and they hand off to the back, and he makes the 2 yards easily. First down, Hawthorne.
Boucher Robinson was on that one. He looked like...
And we've got an injured player on the field. He's getting up slowly. He's walking off. He's limping a little. Looks like it might be a leg. Let's hope it's not a knee.
That's number 54, Will Fifita.
He goes back in the huddle. Apparently he's okay.
He's a big
Again,
boy.
Conway is looking to the sidelines for instructions. The play is sent in.
I'm sure he shook that one out. At 6'1", 225, wouldn't you play it off?
I'd play it off. I don't think any of these guys want to come out of this game.
Not in front of their home school. They want to have something to brag about. These are bragging rights on the line right here.
Hawthorne's at the Leuzinger 35-yard line in the I formation. Conway takes a step. He drops back. He's rolling. He's rolling to the sideline.
He's done.
It's loose.
Tried to strip the ball away there, huh?
Leuzinger tried to strip the ball. They were arm tackling.
Franklin.
And you just aren't going to bring Conway down by arm tackling. You've got to get your arms around him.
Either that or the ball.
Conway makes what looked to be a broken play into a sizable gain. And you've got another 1st and 10 for Hawthorne. Now they're at the Leuzinger 22-yard line and moving.
Like he had unrevealing Vaseline all over him. He just slipping and sliding through that defense.
Well, if he'd had on a tearaway jersey, he certainly would have been gone for a touchdown. They line up. Conway takes the snap, hands off to the second back through. He runs to the inside, and literally, is there a fumble on the play? There's a fumble on the play, and Olympian recovers.
Number 25, Eric Johnson, formed the brick wall right there to stop him cold. Who recovered that ball? Looked like number 19.
I'm not sure, but it's the first turnover for the game, and it's in Leuzinger's favor.
We weren't expecting that. Caught us off guard. Maybe the viewer yourself could catch that one.
Not at all, because Hawthorne was moving the ball. There's a minute 34 left in the quarter. It's 1st and 10, and Leuzinger has possession of the ball off the Hawthorne turnover on their own 15-yard line.
It's dangerous back there.
It is. You've got to be real careful with it now.
Manigo back there.
Right.
That's Craig Manigo, 11.
They got a man in motion. Quarterback prepares to take. He takes the snap. He hands off to the inside. A little or no gain.
Looked like number 44, Dan Ica. That was him getting off the ground saying, "Come on, guys, open up some holes." I know they're big, but try it.
Hawthorne closed up the hole quickly on that play.
He didn't even have time to breathe. Took one step, he was on the ground.
So we're seeing some good defense by both teams, Alex.
Number 22 with a play there from Carnes, Travis Ward. Let's see what Carnes has up his sleeve.
Okay, they come to the line of scrimmage again.
37 seconds left.
Wideouts on the far side of the field.
Down to 33 seconds in this period.
He takes the snap. There's a pitch back. He's moving. This is going to be stopped for no gain also.
Ooh, that was the same runner, Ica. He tried to do some dodging there, so he couldn't go up the middle. He didn't get much progress there either.
The Hawthorne defense seemed to have been prepared for that play. I think these two teams know each other pretty well.
Either that or somebody's a double agent on that.
There are 10 seconds left in the quarter. That was probably the last play.
3, 2, 1. We're moving over to the other field.
We're at the end
of the field.
We're at the end of the first quarter, and the score is 0-0. I think that's about how we expected it. So it's all even after one.
We'll be right back after these messages.
You're watching Channel 60, Lawndale's community cable television for the South Bay.
All right, we're starting back up.
We're on the other side of the field. Maybe we should move over on the other side of the score booth, huh? Get a better view.
Exactly. Manigo lines up. He takes the snap. They've got a single back offense. He's going to pass. He passes out.
Oh, wide open.
And he hits his receiver.
Maybe not wide open. That's Anthony Jefferson.
He hits his receiver at the 39-yard line.
3 Cougars were standing around wondering who's going to knock that ball out of the air. Nobody knocked it out. Anthony Jefferson hauled it in.
A 24-yard gain for the Leuzinger Olympians.
They're at the 40 now. Not too much. They're 10 yards till midway. Midway across the field right there, and got the other half of the field to go. Obvious.
And maybe Leuzinger will now get into some offensive flow. That has been their biggest play of the game thus far.
I don't think the Cougars were expecting them to come out throwing right away.
They come out in the I formation. Hawthorne looking to blitz, but they don't. Inside handoff, another good game. Gosh, he's carrying the guy. Now they push it back, but he'll get the forward progress. He'll get the forward progress out to the...
Right where the referees are standing.
Exactly. Out to the Hawthorne 46-yard line.
Ooh, Greg Franklin right there with a little bit of RTD moves of his own, little transfer there for a few guys.
Exactly. So Leuzinger makes their first penetration into Hawthorne territory. And it's 1st and 10. Score is still 0-0. There. He got a single back, and he hands off to the back, and he moves inside and picks up another 3 or 4 yards.
Number 19, Greg Franklin. These guys be getting the ball back to back to back, and they wear him down. Who knows? Probably about the 4th period, I think, should be showing the effects of it right about then.
I think it will. I think both coaches appear to decide to keep the ball on the ground. It looks like they want to minimize the mistakes and play it safe. I don't know if that's the way you should play a game like this, but that's the way they're the coaches, and they know what's best.
It's showtime again. Oh, fake handoff. Fake me out there.
Inside handoff, stopped after a short gain.
That was 44 up the middle. Dan Eichen must have faked some of the Cougars out because there was a little hole there. He was busting through.
So it's Leuzinger's ball at the Hawthorne 39-yard line. And it's 3rd down and 4.
Number 23, Kyle Lewis, was in there with a defensive plan there by Casillas.
3rd down play. Let's see how Leuzinger handles this play. They're using the I formation.
3rd down.
He takes the snap. He fakes the handoff. He keeps it. And he stopped for a loss. Looks like that play broke down, Alex.
Oh, it looks like it did, too. Number 50, George Rodriguez, was in there with the arm tackle. Just brought Manigo down to his knees. He had nowhere else to go but down.
It looked like the old Oklahoma option play, and Manigo looked around, and there was nobody to option it to, so he kept it himself and tried to turn it upfield, and when he did, he was met by a wall of Hawthorne defenders.
Sooners, they are not. Jamel Holloway, they are not, but they're trying.
Leuzinger has the punt because it's a 4th and 5. There's a rush, but they get the punt off. It's taken his fumble, but he recovered. He picks up the fumble and he's passing the ball.
Oh, he looks like he stepped out.
It looks like he stepped out.
He's all over the place. Look at that. Tumbling, flipping. I'm surprised he knows where he is.
Hannah fumbled the punt, but he picked it up. Or rather, Hannah was receiving the punt for Hawthorne, fumbled it, picked it, bounced right back into his hand. You talk about lucky breaks. That was a lucky break. And he was still able to advance the ball out to the Hawthorne 43-yard line.
He came real close to the sideline. I saw chalk flying in the air. I thought he was out of bounds.
It looked like he stepped out to me, too, but the referee saw something different.
There's the Zebras. They got the stripes and the whistles and the flags.
That's it. Hawthorne takes possession at the 43-yard line. Conway takes the snap. He hands off.
What happened there?
There was a fumble on the play.
Fumble?
Our view was blocked out, Alex, and we couldn't see it, but it appears that there was a turnover. That is Hawthorne's 2nd turnover in this game.
Either they're magicians, or we just can't see. You got glasses on, I don't. Number 34, Rod Taylor. I thought he had the ball. Next thing you know, he's empty-handed.
No matter, it was a Hawthorne turnover. That's their 2nd of the game. Leuzinger gets the football. An excellent field position at the Hawthorne 44-yard line.
No doubt about it. Taylor feels robbed.
Manigo comes out. They line up there in I formation. He takes the snap. He hands to the first man.
Ika's loose. And they're bringing him back down.
And he's gang tackled by the Hawthorne Cougars after a pickup of about 5 yards.
He's close to the 40 there. No, he's 2 yards past.
And he's inside the 40. At the 38-yard line.
Those Cougars are wondering, they know who he is, 44, Dan Ika. He's 5'7", short guy. However, 165 pounds, senior. His family, the Ika family, has had very good runners, Olympian players in the past, and this is just one more.
Leuzinger comes out there in a T formation. There's the snap. Manigo hands off.
44 again.
Dan Ika. And this
he hit hard. Oh, the shoe came off. Oh, there's a flag there.
On the play.
There's a flag there. I don't know who hit him, but Ika lost his foot. His shoe. He almost lost his foot. Almost lost his leg.
We told you it would be hitting in this game, and that's what you're seeing is hitting.
His left shoe just went about 5 yards.
Let's see what the flag is.
Oh. Who?
Because unnecessary roughness, a blow to the head on Hawthorne, and that's going to be a big penalty against the Hawthorne Cougars.
Blow to the head. How could a shoe come flying off if you get hit in the head?
That's how hard the blow was. That's a 15-yard penalty, and that takes the ball to the Hawthorne 23-yard line.
I don't know. That must have vibrated all the way down to the ankles.
And this game actually has been pretty well officiated. The calls that have been made were all proper calls, it seems.
Well, let's see what the Cougars are going to knock off now. Looks like they're disrobing the Olympians right now defensively.
But the Olympians are moving offensively toward the Cougar goal line. They're only 23 yards away. Manigo brings them out again in T formation.
Push down.
And he hands to number 19, and he's going forward for about a 5-yard gain. Ball pops loose, but it was ruled dead.
That was number 19, Greg Franklin there. He did a little bit of dodgeballing there, found a hole, but didn't get much though.
He picked up
20.
Yeah, he picked up 4 yards on the play. So you're looking at 2nd down and 6 with 7 minutes, 20 seconds left in the second quarter. In a 0-0 contest.
Olympians, I don't know. They should be able to score right here. They're within Angel Andrade's field goal distance.
Well, they're close. Another inside handoff for no gain.
He got smothered there, didn't he? That was Greg Franklin, number 19, is it? Yeah, that's him getting up. Saying, come on, offensive line, open me up some holes.
And I think both coaches are really playing it safe at this point. Yeah. I mean, basically what we've seen is a lot of running plays, 1 or 2 passes, and that's been about it, Alex. It's on the ground.
Well, they surprised us there with that pass earlier, but that's probably what the Cougars are going to surprise us with. Even the Olympians are going to re-surprise us. Surprise the whole stadium here, capacity crowd here at Halcap Field at Hawthorne High School.
Leuzinger calls a timeout with 6 minutes, 37 seconds left in the second quarter. I think what the coach is probably saying to him is, hey, look, guys, we're moving. We're in field goal range almost. Let's not make any mistakes. Hold on to the ball more than anything else. Let's come out of this drive with some points. Obviously, they want a touchdown, but I think at this point in a 0-0 ball game, they'd be glad to come out of it with at least a field goal.
That's nothing bizarre, Rufus, but referring to the head coaches in there in the huddles. Isn't that kind of neat?
Yeah, that is an interesting twist. You don't often see that. But then again, this is high school ball, Alex.
Exactly.
And, yeah, one thing about high school sports all around America, I think, is that it's probably the purest form of sports. And I don't mean to editorialize, but we're all aware of the kinds of things that are going on in college sports today and the things that are going on in pro sports. At the high school level, you get good, honest, clean athletics. And I like that. Yeah.
And they're getting their money's worth here tonight.
Exactly. And that Leuzinger side of the field, their fans are coming in. They're still flowing in, and their side of the field is filling up.
Casilla sure is getting a workout running on and off that field. But actually, that's his first time out there. Today, that is.
So they come out of the timeout. Let's see what kind of plays it going to be. Manigo lines up behind the center. This is a very interesting formation. They've got 3 backs in the backfield.
Surprise. He's bulldozing. He's still going. He's getting back to independent
defense. It's a touchdown, people. Leuzinger leads 6-0 with 6:30 left in the first quarter on a 3rd down and 5 play.
Anthony Jefferson was determined. He saw goalpost. He went goalpost. Oh, he's getting a lot of boos here by the home crowd. Not too much respect there.
As you might expect, this is a heavily Hawthorne crowd. But that was an excellent play on the part of Leuzinger. An excellent execution, excellent play calling by the coach.
Angel Andrade set to kick.
Here's the extra point attempt. It's up, and
penalty. Something's going on.
There's a flag on the play. The kick was no good, but let's see what happens.
Cougars are all excited. It could be on the Olympians. Going back.
The penalty was on Leuzinger. The question now is, will they re-kick?
Seems like he can handle that. Number 34, Angel Andrade, one of their better kickers in a while.
It was an illegal motion call on Leuzinger, so they'll back it up 5 yards and try it again. And in this situation, Alex, the extra point is so important in a game like this.
1 point makes a difference. Cougars all over the place. Looks wide. No,
and it's good. It's good.
He's all happy. happy young man there.
So Leuzinger converts on the extra point play, and they now lead Hawthorne 7-0 with 6 minutes, 30 seconds left to go.
Right now, it seems like just an extra point. However, when we get close to when it really counts towards the end of the game, that extra point could be the difference.
There's a break in the action as the teams line up for the kickoff. And special teams are also very important, and we'll see what kind of kickoff we get here. In high school, you do kick off with a tee, and they kick off from the 40-yard line. So we'll just see how deep he can get it. While we got a second now, let's talk about that last play. Leuzinger called timeout. Coach goes out on the field. He obviously calls a play we hadn't seen all night. They had 3 backs in the backfield, and it just worked to perfection.
Oh, exactly. That was just tailor-made for the style that Jefferson runs. Jefferson just finds the holes and don't stop me now.
He runs like a ball. Here's the kickoff.
Sputtered. Got it right there
over end. He picks it up at the 15. It comes to the near side line. He turns the corner. He's going upfield. He's got one man to beat. But he stopped right there. Almost.
Rod Taylor. He's an exciting young man to watch. Rod Taylor picked up an excellent
run by Taylor. Excellent run. Almost broke it open for the whole thing, Alex.
Looked like a miniature Marcus Allen down there, huh?
Exactly.
Maybe not miniature. He's a big boy there. 5'10". Maybe not too tall, but 190.
Leuzinger takes possession on their first play that's Hawthorne takes possession on their first play at the Leuzinger 43-yard line, moving toward the Leuzinger end of the field.
He got the ball.
He breaks through. He's got one.
Number 21, Richie Jacobs, the junior, 5'9", 150, held him down. If it wasn't for him, it'd be almost a tie ball game.
Almost. I think what you're saying is that the Hawthorne coaching staff has decided that they're going to run straight at Leuzinger. As you look at that play, you basically see Conway just hand the ball off, and the carrier does the rest. And he just burst right up the middle. Had one guy to beat, and just couldn't get by him.
Not holding back any punches here.
Here's the snap again. Another inside handoff. This time it's stopped for Lula, no gain. I am really surprised with the play calling, Alex. I think the fans are expecting to see footballs flying all over the place, and instead they're seeing what looks to be Big Ten football, 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Very much so. On the sideline down there for the Cougars, it's number 20. Number 20, Eddie Korn. He's like, he's very consistent with his kicks. He has scored over 9 extra points in just 4 games and has some pretty good distance field goals there.
It's 2nd down and 9.
Another timeout.
Conway calls his 2nd timeout of the first half. He's got 1 to go. It's 2nd down, 9 yards to go for 1st down. The score is 7-0 in favor of Leuzinger. 5 minutes, 14 seconds left before halftime.
As I mentioned before, Rufus, he's only a junior kicker. He's been playing AYSO soccer all his life, a fullback, and he's been kicking. He plays for the varsity team here, soccer, and he's supplying a lot of points up there on the scoreboard for the Cougars. Like I said, he split the uprights for 9 extra points in just 4 preseason games, 2 field goals from 24 yards and 43 yards out. Pretty impressive, huh?
Very impressive. Very impressive. Both of these teams are well coached, and they've got excellent athletes, and they obviously came into this game prepared. Just to set the stage again, this is the annual Hawthorne Leuzinger rivalry, and every year it's a rock'em sock'em game. This year it looks like to be more of a defensive struggle, although Leuzinger has put 7 points on the board, and Hawthorne is marching right now. They've got the ball inside the 20-yard line. Let's call it the 19. It's 2nd down and 9. Conway steps up to the line. They're in an I formation. They come out of the I formation into a T formation. He hands off to the right side. He picks up a few yards. Looks like he picked up about 6 yards on the play.
Rod Taylor, that seems to be Conway's favorite handoff person. Just tucks it in there and says, "Okay, Rod, take it from here."
You're looking at a 3rd down play for Hawthorne. 3rd and 5. He picked up 4 yards on the play.
Well, they're going in and out. Number 28, Brett Floyd, is in, and number 31, Boucher Robinson, is out.
Hawthorne uses a shuttle system, Alex, to get the plays in. On each play, a fresh player comes in from the sideline, brings the play to Conway. Conway then tells the rest of the team, and they go out and they try to execute it. Here it is, I formation, handoff to the second back group.
Like
and he
Taylor.
pulls his way up the middle. He was initially hit at the line of scrimmage, but he refused to go down.
Ooh, number 34.
And in fact, they have gained enough yards. They're moving the chains, so he must have gained enough for the first down.
Nothing too technical there. I mean, it's so basic. Just give the ball to number 34, and he takes it for a few yards, getting him closer and closer.
And you called it exactly right, Alex. This is basic football, but it's also the best kind. It's real simple. We're going to run the ball, and you got to try to stop us.
Well, they're showing that. Cougars are shoving it right down their throats.
It's 1st and 10, although the scoreboard shows 1st and 9. 1st and 10 for Hawthorne.
Perfect.
And their flags on the play.
Like I said, nobody's perfect.
Let's see what the call's going to be. Was Leuzinger drawn off, or did they jump offside?
Seems like the referees are going to have their sore arms to hold these flags all day.
The referee calls it on Leuzinger. Again, offside. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that's their 4th offside penalty this game.
Ooh, they're on the 4, aren't they? Pretty close. Too close for
Pretty close down, yeah.
Oh, wide receivers out. Number 6 and 9.
It's 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Victor Prince, Travis Hanna deep on the side. Way up.
Got receivers on both ends.
Ooh,
Again, another inside handoff.
Number 31, Boucher Robinson.
He picks up about 2 yards on the play.
He was resting right on the goal line, huh? He wants it. You can tell.
I think Hawthorne tried to fake him out that time. For the first time, we saw him in a wide receiver formation where they had receivers on both ends, but they still chose to run the ball. They handed it off to the inside, and about 2 yards were picked up. So we've got another 2nd and goal. The question, will Leuzinger's shutout streak come to an end?
Oh, well, we'll see right here. 2nd and 3rd. 3 minutes remaining. Oh, Conway's back. He's running.
Conway is rolling to the
He's running
to the
there.
far corner. He's going to make it, and he makes it in. Conway takes it in himself. He looked for his receivers. They were both covered. He saw the alley, and he went straight to it. He hit the corner. 6 points.
Speaking of RTD buses all night long, one could have went right through that side. It was big enough.
That was a huge hole.
Oh, even 6'1", 175 junior quarterback could do that. He just showed it.
The score is 7-6. With Hawthorne getting ready to attempt the extra point play.
And Eddie Corn, he could tie it up.
An excellent kicker, Eddie Corn. I think he probably will play football at somebody's college when his high school days are over.
Let's see if he hits the scoreboard.
The kick is low. The kick's in
over the scoreboard.
And it's good.
Ooh, almost into the
We've
snack
got a
bar.
tie ball game.
Ooh, everybody's going wild down here. Cougar country. No doubt about it. A lot of scarlet and gold down there.
A whole lot. There are a lot of fans out tonight. The score is 7-7. Hawthorne just scored. 3 minutes, 8 seconds left in the half. Hawthorne will be kicking off to Leuzinger.
Pretty interesting there. He wanted to change it. He said, I want to take the glory. We're close. I'm going to take it. Psych. He took it.
Well, Conway is a smart quarterback. He looked at his receivers. He saw everybody was covered, and he just went for it himself. And he scored.
He's not a greedy fellow, though.
Oh, no. He shares the wealth. When you've got 7 TD passes, he spreads the ball around. He lets everybody in on his act.
He scored 5 touchdowns, so would make that number 6. And he has a 2-point conversion run. He's completed 37 of 65 passes coming into this ball game for 407 yards.
Here's the kickoff. And it's picked up by the deep man at the 10-yard line. He comes out, and he's broken it. He's going. He's at the 50. He's at the 40.
Oh, what a move.
He's at the 30.
Corn,
the 20.
embarrassed.
The 10. It's a touchdown.
See you later.
Touchdown Leuzinger on the kickoff. There are no flags on the play.
Anthony Jefferson, this is his night. This is his night. 2 touchdowns?
2 touchdowns, folks. That was a 90-yard kickoff return for Leuzinger, and they scored just like that and take the lead 13-7.
Anthony Jefferson, a stand-out athlete, number 6'1", 180, moving like that. He's a sprinter off the. He runs very fast for the track team at Leuzinger, excuse me, and he showed it right there. It was a track course race. Put a move on Eddie Court, and he was wide open.
You know, a lot of these guys play two ways, Alex, offense and defense. Well, let's look here at the extra point attempt. Here's the snap. It's good. The kick is up. The kick is wide. Oh, it's no good.
Oh, and Manigault can't believe it. He's a holder, Manigault, the quarterback.
Crucial extra point was missed there.
That could be the turning point right there.
That could be a very crucial play. The score is 13-7, though, in favor of Leuzinger.
Right now, you know how the Olympians are feeling. Even though they did score, that 1 point sounds meaningless now. But like we've been saying, it all pays off in the end.
But I think they've got to have the emotional edge after that play. A kickoff return for a touchdown always excites you. So there was a little disappointment at the missed extra point. But I think these guys are really pumped up. The question, Alex, is how will Hawthorne respond to that play?
Ooh, well, wait just a few minutes. We will. I don't want to do any predicting. However, the way these referees have been throwing things in the air, I was surprised not to see one down there on the field. Another timeout here. That's Jeff Chadwick. He used to play here.
Is that right?
Yeah, they got two coaches that used to play here as they were Cougars all-league performers. Glenn Noya down there. He was a junior kicker in one of the games, which happened to be the '84 game, which Hawthorne won 6-0. That was 9-0. Anthony Glasgow scored that touchdown with a 45-yard touchdown run, and as a junior, he split the uprights for the extra point.
Let's go back and talk about that kickoff return again, Alex. That was really exciting. He caught the ball at the 10 on the far side of the field, started upfield, got behind his blockers, and then just kept going. And his blockers did the work for him. They blew him out the way. He got down to about the Hawthorne 40. He had one man to beat. That guy stumbled. You know, there's the mystery 12th man on the field again. He stumbles, and it's open sailing, and he goes there for the touchdown.
He's shown without a doubt that he can run fast, and follow his blockers. What else is there to be said about this guy? He kicks, he punts off, he scored 2 touchdowns. He's a one-man show right now.
Excellent football player. You'll be hearing his name for many years to come, people. Many years to come.
If not El Camino College, somewhere else.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a guy of his talent recruited by USC or UCLA.
All you got to do is have the grades. You've got the talent.
That's it. And I think the one thing we know about these coaches, they run a good program, and I'm sure all these kids go to class here and keep their studies up.
It must be hard if you live on the border. You don't know where to go.
Exactly. Leuzinger prepares to kick off. And we're ready, and there's the kick.
Great ball.
Kick is taken to the 18-yard line. He fumbles.
Maybe nervous.
Picks it up himself, though. He turns upfield. He's got a man to beat. He's got a man. There's a flag on the play. He's got a... Oh, my goodness.
Byron Wade, he's still up.
This guy...
How was he doing that?
Well, basically what he picked up about 20 yards on the run, but he was spending a lot of time running east to west. He broke several tackles, but there was a flag on the play. Let's see what the call is. You got a clipping call, as is usual, and the clipping call is against Hawthorne, so that'll move him back 15 yards.
Feel sorry for Byron Wade there. All that running back and forth. He needs the oxygen tank right now.
Exactly. And that goes from when they call the clipping penalty, Alex, the play goes from the point of the infraction. So although he had advanced the ball out to the 43, the infraction took place at the 30-yard line. You subtract the 15, so now Hawthorne has to start at their own 15-yard line. A big penalty. A big penalty.
To define that, basically, he wasted a lot of oxygen.
Exactly. But it looked good. What can you say? 2 minutes, 34 seconds, first down and 10.
Oh, no, not again. Who blew it now, huh?
We hear the whistles. The play was out. The play is called dead. Timeout. The timeout was called by Hawthorne. Excuse me, by Leuzinger. That was a very late call on a timeout.
The Olympians aren't holding anything back. They want to make sure they have what they need out there as a defense.
And And the Hawthorne coach is having a couple of words with the referee. I'm sure what he's probably, the Hawthorne coaching staff is talking to the referee, and I'm sure what they're probably saying is, hey, how can you call a timeout when the ball's in play?
Exactly. There's Fred Boehm, the defensive coach out there, talking to his players. With 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in this half, you know the Olympians don't want to give up a touchdown right now because they need that lead going into the second half.
I'm sure they'd like to hold that lead, and Hawthorne has a long way to move the ball. Let's face it, they're 85 yards away from scoring. And there's only 2 minutes, 30 seconds left in the first half. It's first down and 10 for Hawthorne. The score is Leuzinger, coming into this game as the underdog, at this time is leading 13-7.
Underdog or not, very even teams out there. It's anybody's ball game still. 7-13.
Well, there's a lot of time left. One thing we know about Hawthorne is that they've got an explosive offense. They average 25 points per game, so they can put points on the board in a hurry.
Explosive. That seems to be Jefferson's middle name, huh?
Exactly.
Oh, another penalty? What's the deal there?
It looks like there are too many men on the field.
Number 70.
That penalty is going to be against Leuzinger. You saw number 72 trying to hustle off.
He beat the coach. Coach
right.
still on the field.
Exactly.
Let's see what the Cougars got.
Right, Conway takes the snap. He hands to the first man through. He breaks a couple of tackles, but he's stopped by a linebacker after a pickup of about 4 yards.
Let's get that one right. Number 31, Boucher Robinson. Pretty good yardage there. Not too much as he intended. However, the time is dwindling with 2 minutes and about 20 seconds left.
Excuse me, they're ruling that a 1st and 10 play. That's right, because there was the 5-yard penalty. So it is 1st and 10 at the Hawthorne 26-yard line. They're in a T formation. He comes out of it. He's going to pass. He's being pursued. He turns the corner. He stopped, though, after a short gain. He may even have lost a yard on the play.
Oh, number 12 was there for the Olympians. Damon Whitmore, after 2 Olympian would-be tacklers dove and missed them, Whitmore jumped all over him.
What happened there, Alex, is that Leuzinger's defense was able to string Conway out. As he ran to the far side of the field, he was never able to turn the ball upfield. If he had been able to turn the ball upfield, it looks like he would have gotten a sizable gain.
It looked like it there.
The Leuzinger defense is playing smart football right now, and it looks like their objective is to contain Conway at all costs.
And unless the Cougars can do anything right now with 1 minute and 20,
he switches his backs. That's an obvious penalty there. Number 63 for Hawthorne jumps offside, so that's going to set him back 5 yards.
That's Dan Rizzuti right there. He's feeling all sad right now. With 1 minute and 20, he just brought his Cougars back for a little loss there.
So it's 2nd down 18 for Leuzinger now. Excuse me, for Hawthorne. The ball's at the 20-yard line. And there's only 1 minute and 11 seconds left in the half. If they want to score, they've got to go for the big pass and play now. But instead, they like to run the ball. And they gain just a few yards, maybe 3. Coming up on a 3rd down play.
That was number 28 for the Cougars, Brent Floyd.
Leuzinger, the Hawthorne coaching staff signals for a timeout, and they get it. This is their last timeout of the half.
52 seconds left. Anything can happen. A 90-yarder by who knows, any of those little speedy Cougars out there.
I think, though, the coach's bigger concern right now is that they're pinned deep in their own territory, and he doesn't want to see a turnover. So he's probably going to tell Conway, look, guys, let's just keep the ball on the ground, keep it simple, and hold on to it. Whatever you do, don't fumble now.
They can't afford that, no. Now with 52 seconds, the Olympians could easily take it anywhere right in that area. There's a Jefferson threat.
But we've seen some unusual things happen in these games over the years, and while we're sitting here expecting a basic conservative play, Hawthorne could come out and go for the bomb.
Ooh, you never know. Most of the Olympian team that won last year by a score of 12-6 is out there, including Manigault. Leuzinger scored 2 touchdowns from 1 yard out. So that doesn't seem to be the case here. More like long 1-yard plays, huh? So anyways, Manigo in that game completed 5 of 13 passes for 69 yards and ran for 48 yards in the second half there.
So he is a good running quarterback. Well, we'll see now what the play was. Conway takes the snap. He's in the T formation. He's dropping back to pass. He's rolling to the right side.
75's on his tail.
He's turning up, and he's being pursued very aggressively, and he's taken down at the Hawthorne 47-yard line.
Ooh, that was number 44. Danny Anka greeted him with a hello block right there on the sideline.
He obviously stepped out of bounds back at the 39-yard line, so they mark it just outside the 40-yard line.
Anyways, that's what the Cougars needed. Some relief for them.
It's a first down and 10 play, though, for Hawthorne, and it's 44 seconds left in the first half. And Hawthorne is at its own 39-yard line and trying, I'm sure, Alex, they're trying to get a score in before the half.
They need it just to get the enthusiasm there.
They're in a wing-back formation here.
Yes.
Conway drops back to pass.
What was
He's
that?
almost snagged. He stiff-arms the guy. He's going to throw it. He puts it up in there and bump. A real wobbly one. That's way out of bounds. No play on the ball. Bad pass by Conway. Bad pass. Do we have an injured player on the field? Conway, it looks like. And he's taken up on the play, getting up very slowly. Hasn't gotten, now he gets to his feet. I think more than anything, Alex, on that play, he was probably just a little frustrated.
Either that or throwing to some fans out there, because that ball was nowhere near the sideline.
Well, what happened here, Alex, was that Conway dropped back to pass. And one thing, when you got a guy who has good legs on him, like Conway does, he likes to scramble. That time he scrambled too much for his own good. If he had kind of dropped back and just let it go, he might have had a better play, but he got flushed out of the pocket. Nonetheless, a second down and 10 with 36 seconds to go. Conway takes the snap. This time he drops straight back, and there's the pass.
Oh, good coverage.
And there's no flag on the play.
Very timely hit by Richie Jacobs.
Excellent coverage. But Alex, what happened there was exactly what I was saying. Conway, that time, he dropped straight back, found his receiver, and threw the ball. And when he does that, what a difference it makes. It was incomplete, but it was a good pass on his part.
Do you think Conway heard you say that, huh?
Maybe he did.
Telepathically, you guys are communicating. But it worked. But
the incompletion stops the clock, so there's now 32 seconds left in the half. Leuzinger leading 13-7, third down and 10 for Hawthorne. At the 39-yard, at Hawthorne's own 39-yard line. They're in a wing formation again. He drops straight back. This time he's going to be...
Number 19
he's
brought him
going to
down.
be snapped.
Greg Franklin brought him down, hanging onto those shoelaces, just said, "You're not going nowhere, Conway."
Conway was sacked on the play, so it's going to be about a fourth, and looks like it's about a 4th and 15 or so.
Rufus, it doesn't look like anybody's going to stop this clock until the final gun goes off right here. They might get lucky and get one off desperation. Nope.
No, I think we've seen the last play of the first half.
Looks like the Olympians carry that enthusiasm and the momentum with a 13-7 lead into halftime.
And quite a surprise, because Leuzinger came into this game the underdog, and they're leading at the half, 13-7. We're going to pause for a break here, but we'll be back at the start of the second half. Return by Danny Icott.
We're going to be hearing a lot of that name.
Seems like we've called that number on almost every play tonight for Leuzinger.
Big number 44 isn't really that big at 5'7", like I said before, 165 only. However, the tradition of Icahs at Leuzinger High School has been one to reckon with.
He's a Joe Morris-type running back, small, compact, and looks powerful.
Oh, he's Samoan, though.
Anyway, Manigo brings him up to the line. They're in an I formation. He hands off to the first man through, and the first man through picks up about 3 yards on the play.
That was number 15 for the Olympians. That was, excuse me, was that 15?
Looks like 19.
Yeah, 19. I'm going number blind here. That was Greg Franklin, as you probably already know. Franklin, another name we have been repeating all night.
It's an official's timeout on the field. It's 2nd down and 8 for Leuzinger. Let's see if we can get an idea of what they're talking about, Alex.
Oh, I should have brought my binoculars. This way I won't be seeing 5s and 9s go wrong.
They're talking to the Hawthorne coaching staff.
You seem to be the one that's communicating with Conway. What's he telling you from the sideline?
I think he's basically saying, help me, Coach. Yeah.
SOS.
But most of these guys have been here before. This is a veteran Hawthorne team, and I'm sure they've been in this situation before, and they've got what it takes to come back.
Exactly, and we're going to see it, even though it is early right here in the 3rd period of this play at Halcap Field, live from Hawthorne High School.
Well, we're back to live action now. Manigo lines up. He's got 2 receivers, 1 on each side. He's got it back in the backfield. Man's in motion, goes across the left to the right side.
Short
and he
pass.
clears it out to the man in motion.
Oh, he coughed it up. Oh, right in the hands of number 21.
One of his own men. Oh, I don't know whether that was a set play, Alex, or whether that was a fumble.
If it was set, it was quick. That was Jefferson again, number 10. He got hit hard and coughed it up right into the hands of number 21, Richie Jacobs.
And it's another 1st down play for Leuzinger.
Speaking of being in the right place at the right time, huh?
Exactly.
Got about 5 yards on that one.
And already in the 2nd half, Alex, we've seen different play call. In the 1st half, it was basically keeping the ball on the ground and pushing it forward. They've already come out with a couple of exciting plays to start the 2nd half.
You know there's more where that came from.
I think Leuzinger would really like to score on this possession to put a little distance between them and Hawthorne. And it's a handoff again to number 19, and he moves the ball forward to the Hawthorne 40-yard line, just outside the 40, it appears.
And folks, I don't have to tell you who number 19 is, Greg Franklin.
Who also happens to be Leuzinger's backup quarterback.
Oh, he's ready. He had an excellent game against North Torrance, filling in for Manigo, and he took care of Culver City just about single-handedly. They had a lot of offense there, 33-0 shutout.
We're in the 3rd quarter at Halcap Field, the Hawthorne home field, and the score is 13-7 in favor of Leuzinger. 2nd down and 7 for Leuzinger. Manigo takes the snap there in the I formation, he fakes, and he drops back and passes it, and it's a little too long.
That would have been an excellent play.
Interception.
That would have been an excellent play for the Kevin Harris, not the one that was here, the one on the field, probably no relation. I would know. I should have asked him about that. However, number 1, Kevin Harris, would have had an excellent diving interception catch right there.
A nice tight spiral by Manigo. Just missed this man by a few inches.
A lot of pressure, too. Got hit low. He still got it off, right.
Well, if you want to be a quarterback and you want to play big-time ball, you've got to be able to stand in there and take the shots. And that's exactly what he did that time.
He'd make one hell of a pitcher for the Olympians.
Young man's got a lot of courage. Again, there in the I formation, he hands off to the first man through, and he picks up about 2 yards on the play.
Number 44, Danny Anka, being picked up sportsmanship-like by number 35, Ben Hatch.
And it's a 4th down and 5 for Leuzinger. It's an obvious punting situation, and as they set up the punt, remember, the special teams have played very well in this game.
That's Byron Ray.
It's a bit high, but he handles it.
Byron Wade,
it's
waving it away.
They call for a fair catch. And touches the ground.
It's still going.
Untouched. There's a possibility.
Oh, that's Ika.
I told you special teams were important. There's a flag on the play. Leuzinger has
Olympians are hoping it's for the
recovered.
Cougars.
The referees are really going to have to sort this out. This could be a critical call for Hawthorne.
And look how number 19 for the Olympians, Greg Franklin, is there listening away.
Everybody's huddled around the referees because what they determine on this play will be very, very crucial.
Uh-oh, Cougars are happy. And Olympians seem to be upset.
From the expression on the players, the call looks
no, it changed. The momentum changed. Wait, what are they doing out there?
I don't think this thing has been sorted out yet, Alex. We better just wait for the referee to make it.
Seems like they're flipping coins out there. You can't quite up.
Here's the call. And it looks like it's obviously going to go against Leuzinger.
I have no clue to what's going on out there. Those referees are going back and forth. The emotions of both teams are going back and forth. And
well, I think the key thing on that play, Alex, is that Hawthorne retains possession of the football, whereas it looked like they're going to be pinned deep in their own territory. The ball, in fact, is being brought out to the referee has spotted the ball at the Leuzinger 46-yard line.
Crucial penalty. What'd they do? Injure somebody? Kill him? Never heard of a massacre penalty like that one.
I do not understand that penalty at all.
It's beyond me.
If there was a penalty on the play, Alex, it would have taken place way back in Hawthorne territory, or kick over. Oh, well, that's what they're doing. I'm sorry. They kicked the ball over. A poor kick this time. It takes a Leuzinger roll, though. That was a bad mistake on the part of the Hawthorne special teams. Somebody should have stepped up and picked the ball up.
They got to the 20, far enough on a few rolls.
Actually, they're at the 15.
Are they?
They're at the 15-yard line.
Okay, 15-yard line, and see what the Cougars can muster up right here. They need to get it close enough. They need to get something going right now.
So a very strange situation on that last play, Alex, but basically here's what happened. Leuzinger kicked over. The second kick was a wobbly end-over-end kick. Hawthorne let the kick roll, and they got poor field position out of it.
Another handoff. Ooh, stacked. Oh, let him go.
The guy's up.
Ooh, number 24 for the Olympians right there. Just being totally aggressive. Tim Camilo.
The Leuzinger Olympians have played excellent defense tonight, Alex. They pretty much shut down Hawthorne's offensive attack, be it on the ground or be it in the air. And that's why they're leading with 8 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the third quarter, 13-7. It's a 2nd down and 9 play for Hawthorne. Conway is still playing quarterback. He's over the center. There's a lot of movement. Looks like offsides. We'll have to wait and see with the way this game has been called. I have no idea which way it'll go.
Let's let the fans make the call on this one.
Referee calls illegal procedure against Hawthorne, so that'll back them up another 5 yards.
Guess they're even now, huh?
Right.
Seesaw battle with the penalties.
So it's a 2nd and 14 play now for Hawthorne from their own 10-yard line. They've got to get out to at least the 25-yard line for a 1st down. And again, it's an inside handoff, and it's stopped.
Who put the block on him? Number...
For a high-scoring offense like Hawthorne, Alex, they're playing extremely conservative right now. How do you figure that?
Coming into this ball game, being a Leuzinger alumni, class of '84, and seeing a lot of sports prep action in the past few years, I was one of the only times that I've doubted Leuzinger coming into the ball game, and pretty much they're showing me wrong.
Leuzinger has been very impressive in this game in shutting down the high-powered attack of Hawthorne. But here comes Hawthorne again on a 3rd and 14 play.
Handoff.
And it's another handoff, and this one's going to be stuffed also.
Ooh.
They drive him back about 10 yards, but the ball is going to be spotted based on his forward progress. And it's going to be spotted at about the 7-yard line.
Ooh, number 12 and number 19, Damon Whitmore, number 12 and number 19, Greg Franklin, of course, brought him down kind of hard there. They didn't favor him anyway. They just said, you lost yards, you're going to pay for it.
It's a 4th and 18 play for Hawthorne Cougars. Obviously a punting situation with 6 minutes and about 30 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. I think it's important that Hawthorne get a good kick on this play.
That's Tom Jess back there to receive the kick. Flag?
And here's a flag on the play. I believe this is going to be too much time against Hawthorne.
Score shows that Leuzinger's dominating.
And that's what the call is, Alex. Too much time against Hawthorne, so that'll move him back another 5 yards. Now you got a 4th and 23 situation, and Leuzinger is going to be kicking from their own end zone.
From my point of view, it seems like the referees are dominating.
Well, certainly in the second half they've been dominating. There have been several calls in this game. The Leuzinger return man is lined up at the Hawthorne 40-yard line, so it looks like...
Dangerous play.
And
didn't get anywhere.
It's blocked. And it's recovered for a touchdown by Leuzinger.
Leuzinger, that's number 24, Tim Camilo.
I told you, Alex, special teams have been the dominating factor in this game tonight. We thought we were going to see offenses and defenses go at it, and what we've seen is 2 scores by special teams. Remember in the first half, that 90-yard touchdown, kickoff return by Leuzinger, and now they've blocked a punt attempt for a field goal.
Well, you must be psychic. They're doing everything you're talking about.
Exactly. I say they blocked the punt attempt for a touchdown in Leuzinger's favor. Now the score is 19-7.
That sure jumped in real quick time.
Alex, I think we're looking at a major upset tonight. I mean, Hawthorne came into this game heavily favored. They were undefeated, 4-0. Leuzinger was 3-1, and all 3 of their victories were shutouts. But they're still a young team, and Hawthorne's playing at home, and that's always an advantage at any level when you get to play in front of your home crowd.
Exactly, especially for Hawthorne. They need a win here to stay undefeated and go into Ocean League play against Beverly Hills, a tough Beverly Hills team with a respectable running back in Crawford. He can run, he can do everything. However, a loss tonight will give them a little pick-me-up they have to work on next week, and the Olympians, that's what they're looking for, an underdog upset.
There's still a lot of time left, and I'm certainly not going to write Hawthorne off yet, but I would hate to be the team to play them next week if they do lose this game. Leuzinger goes for the 2, and they're successful.
Exactly.
They're successful. That makes the score 21-7. So they get back that point, that extra point that they lost on the touchdown prior to this one.
That was number 10, Anthony Jefferson, again. Manigault just hands it off and says, Anthony, go to work, find that end zone. That's exactly what Jefferson did. And for the 2-point conversion, not bad.
They converted, and Leuzinger has a 14-point lead, 21-7 over the Hawthorne Cougars, in what has to be a surprise at the moment. But remember, folks, the Hawthorne Cougars have a very explosive offensive attack, and they can score at any time from anywhere on the field.
What do you think, Rufus? You think the Cougars are taking the Olympians a little lightly? Or?
I think they probably did. I think, obviously, Leuzinger came into this game very pumped up. They wanted to win it, and they're playing that way.
They're very much displaying that they want to win it. They have a lot of character on that team, a lot of spirit, a lot of little guys, but against these big Cougars.
I think we'll see what kind of character the Hawthorne team has on this next series of down. Here's the kickoff, and it goes over the middle, and it's picked up at about the 10-yard line, and the return is on, and it makes it out to the 23, call it 24-yard line. So Hawthorne will start with pretty good field position off of the kickoff. Going to be 1st and 10 for the Hawthorne Cougars at their own 24-yard line.
Cougars need something going right now. They can't waste too much time, even though they got a 4th period to go. However, they got to get something started right now.
There's still, this quarter's halfway through. We're at the 6-minute mark and moving. Hawthorne is out. Conway is still the quarterback. They're in an I formation. Hands off to the second man through, and he's got a big hole. He's got a big hole. He's going to the corner. He's got one man to beat.
That's Rod Taylor.
Up with him. A big game for Hawthorne, all the way into Leuzinger territory.
That's Rod Taylor. That's Hawthorne's version of Anthony Jefferson, I guess. He was moving. He had a lot of drive on that.
It's 1st and 10 for Hawthorne, Alex, at the Leuzinger 47-yard line. And that's what we were just saying. Hawthorne is explosive.
Exactly. It seems like the Cougars have been making big plays, but they've all been taken right at midfield. If they have to move those drives over closer to the end zone, maybe a different ball game.
For Hawthorne, it's been pretty much a game between the 20 and the 20. Conway takes the snap, he drops it back, he passes over the middle, it's tipped.
Oh, deflected by number 12 of the Olympians, Damon Whitmore.
Almost another turnover.
He's a little upset, don't you think?
The ball hit him in the hands, and you know what they say, the hands is the worst place to hit a guy.
He probably was thinking daylight and he didn't have the ball yet. Got 5 minutes. 5 minutes and about 18 seconds remaining in the 3rd period.
Hawthorne comes out, they're in an I formation. Conway takes the snap, he hands to the second man through, and he's hit. There's a flag on the play.
It looks like number 25 got a face mask on that one. That's probably the referee's right there. He can't miss it. I don't think he's that blind.
No, he was right on the play.
You know, referees, when you're right in front of them like that,
He saw it, he had to call it.
it's not like they got it right. There it is.
It's a face mask call against Leuzinger. Let's see how many yards they mark off. 5, 10, 15. That was a major penalty.
He didn't need a
against
reverse
Leuzinger.
angle on that one.
Not at all.
Right there.
That takes the ball from the Leuzinger 47 down to the Leuzinger 32. And of course, it's an automatic first down. Folks, there are 5 minutes, 10 seconds left in the third quarter. Leuzinger is leading, surprisingly, 21-7. And it's a 1st and 10 play from the Leuzinger 32 for Hawthorne. In an I formation, Conway takes the snap. He hands to the second back.
There's
through.
Taylor
He
again.
pops one tackle, but he doesn't get by the linebackers of Leuzinger.
That was linebacker Eric Johnson for the Olympians, who's right there on the play. Even though Taylor was basically on the ground, he just stopped him from inching up.
It's a 2nd down and 6 play for Hawthorne now. They're in the huddle. Conway has received the play from the bench. He's sharing it with his teammates. He brings them up to the line of scrimmage. They're in an I formation, man in motion, moving from the left to the right side. And Conway hands to the first man through, who's number 31, and he picks up about 2 yards on the play.
Boucher Robinson, an excellent little athlete out there. Actually, again, he's not too little. I keep saying that word, and little boy, but they're not. They're practically men out there. 5'10", senior, 165. Don't get mad at me, guys, but up here, you guys look little. Down there on the field.
And it's a key 3rd down play for Hawthorne if they want to keep possession and keep this drive alive. They're at the 28-yard line of Leuzinger, and they drop back. Conway is scrambling. Seems like he has no place to go. He's moving. Is he going to make it? It's going to be awfully close. It's going to depend on the spot.
Richie Jacobs made the initial block there to slow him down at least.
And it's a 1st down, a critical 1st down for Hawthorne. On that play, Conway looked to pass, didn't have any receivers.
He did what he did best.
Did a little sidestep and decided to take it himself. And Alex, he really is a good running quarterback.
And he's showing it, too. Just the little moves he does seems to pay off. I mean, all he has to do is do a little darting, faking, and he gets the necessary yardage.
Sometimes it gets him in trouble, as we saw in the first half, when he has a tendency to over-scramble. But normally, if he takes his time and looks at the play real carefully, it comes out okay. They're in T formation right now. Conway takes the snap. He hands off to number
Taylor.
34. He moves inside, and he picks up about 5-6 yards on the play.
As we were saying about pertaining basically to Conway scrambling, he should have got broken into that last year as a sophomore. He was quarterbacking the Cougars as a sophomore, and now as a junior. Can you think about, just predict what he's going to be like his senior year?
Oh, I think he's going to be great. The guy has a lot of potential.
And you know who's down there on the sideline? John Featherstone, the head coach of the El Camino Warriors. You know he's scouting big time here.
Doing a little recruiting, seeing what kind of talent he might be able to recruit for the Warriors next year. It's a 2nd down play for Hawthorne, and this is going to be stopped for no gain. Maybe even a loss on the play.
Looked like Damon Whitmore on that one. Number 21 just wouldn't let, number 12, excuse me. Number 12 held on to him like wrestling hold, and he said, I'm going to pin you.
And pin him he did for a loss of 2 yards on the play. It's now 3rd down and 7 for Hawthorne. Less than 2 minutes left in the third quarter, about 1 minute and 50 seconds. Leuzinger is up 21-7 over the home Hawthorne Cougars. And this is another critical 3rd down play. Excuse me, Alex.
Here we go.
They fake it to the second man through. It's a little shovel pass. But I don't nod long way from the 1st down.
That was Brett Floyd on that little shovel pass, and Danny Ika putting down the block they needed to get him down.
So Ika plays offense and defense, huh?
He does everything.
It's a 4th down play, 4th and 6 for Hawthorne. The ball is at the Leuzinger 18-yard line. This is going to be an interesting call, Alex.
Timeout.
They're taking a timeout. I think Coach Casilla realizes that he would like to score on this possession. Right? And I'm guessing here that he's going to go for it. Reason being, if they don't make it, Leuzinger doesn't get the football in that good a field position.
Seems like it, Rufus. And right now, from what I've just seen, Carnes went over there talking to Fred Boehm, the defensive coach, and Robert Roby leads a little huddle right there at the 20. And it seems like they got something tricky, something sneaky. I don't know, maybe not underhanded. However, those Olympians, they need to form that brick wall now. They got to stop the Cougars. The Cougars are just aiming towards that touchdown goal line right there, and this will show the depth that the Olympians have. They got to stop the Cougars at this one.
And I think that on the Hawthorne side of things, Hawthorne realizes they've got to convert on this play. This is a 4th and 6 play. Coach would like for them to convert on the play, give the team a little moral lift because they're needing it right now. Although they have moved the ball well on this drive, the key to the game is to get the ball in the end zone. And right now they're about 18 yards away from there on a 4th and 6 play. So this is definitely going to be a big play for Hawthorne.
We're going to be talking about this. This is a very exciting ball game here. Bragging rights are up for grabs. I mean, right now, even though the score may indicate me wrong, they're going to be bragging about this all year till the next game. This will be at Leuzinger, though, next year.
Well, we're about to see what's going to happen here. Conway lines up there in an I formation, and we've seen that all night. Fakes to the first man through. He drops back to pass. He's rolling out. He's going to go for it himself. And he's got to make it on second effort. It looks like he made it, and that was all second effort on the part of Conway.
It was just determination, Rufus. The 44, Danny Ike, as we've been talking about him all night long, he put a block on him. He thought he had him down, but Conway just was determined to get closer, and that little second effort just got him close enough.
And that definitely excites the crowd. The crowds love to see nothing more than a conversion on a 4th down attempt. They went for it, and they got it. And that's what it takes to win. You got to take some chances. You know, about 45 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. It's 1st and goal for Hawthorne from about the 9-yard line of Leuzinger.
Let's see what the defense has.
It's the 8-yard line. Actually, it's a 1st and 8, 1st and goal. Inside handoff.
Ooh, yanked down. Could have been a face mask, the way he came down so fast.
Picked up about 3 yards on the play. Looks like it would be second and... It's going to be 2nd and 6, so he picked up 2 yards on the... Well, I'm corrected. They changed the scoreboard. It's 2nd and 5. I was right the first time.
Brent Floyd going there for a little whirl. Didn't it look like he got a face mask? He just whip-flashed all the way around.
And the clock is running out in the 3rd quarter. We're down to 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. There's only 12 minutes left in this annual contest between Leuzinger and Hawthorne. Leuzinger is leading 21-7.
You're watching Channel 60, Lawndale's community cable television for the South Bay.
They've changed the ends of the field to start the 4th quarter. It's a 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line for Hawthorne. They're in the wing formation.
Good block.
Conway appeared trapped. He got out of it, and it looks like he's
Conway scores.
He went in for the score.
It's showtime. Conway's showing that off. He just barely crossed that end zone corner.
With 11 minutes and 54 seconds to go in the 4th quarter, Hawthorne scores on a quarterback keep by Conway. The score is now 21-13 with Hawthorne making the extra point attempt coming up. Will they go for 1 or will they go for 2? Looks like they're going to go for the 1. They're certainly lining up, although remember Conway is the holder for the kicker, so you may see some razzle-dazzle.
Eddie Korn ready to kick. Eddie Korn.
He's going for the kick. The kick is up, and the kick is good.
Got that extra.
We got ourselves a ball game with 11 minutes and 54 seconds to go. The score is 21-14 in favor of Leuzinger, but there's still a lot of time left in this game.
Rufus, that was a very beautiful play executed by Conway, the quarterback. He went to his left, saw there was a defender right in his face. He relied on his offensive line, the big guy. I didn't quite catch the number, but he put an excellent block on him, and he just turned around. Conway just turned around and let his footwork do the rest, huh?
He reversed fields beautifully and went in for the score on his side of the field.
Well, it's a ball game, like you said. Everybody's getting their money's worth. I'm getting my money's worth, and I didn't even pay to get it.
I'm enjoying myself, too. This is very exciting. As I say, for high school football is really exciting.
I wasn't even expecting a high-scoring match like this.
It's turned into that. 35 points have been put on the board already.
And more to come.
And more to come. Here's the Hawthorne kickoff. It's the Squibbler taken by... Oh, man!
No.
A turnover. A very unusual play. Very unusual, and it's Hawthorne's ball.
It's a pumped-up Cougar, number 30, Robert Freeman. He was all over that ball.
What
number
happened?
30.
Excuse me, Alex. What happened on that play, folks, is that the kick was a low line drive kind of a kick. One of the up men put his hand out, and he stopped the ball, but he didn't go to cover it. Hawthorne recovered at the Leuzinger 45-yard line, and they're marching again, and the crowd has come alive.
It was basically a strong onside kick. What do you think?
That's what it appeared to be, and it was just poorly handled by Leuzinger, and consequently they lose possession. Hawthorne has it, Leuzinger 45 in the I formation. Conway hands off to the second back through, and he stopped out there a gain of about 1 yard.
Rod Taylor there on the run. Yeah, well, what appeared to be a run. He's showing that he's a little slowed down. In the first half, he would have broke for more yards, I think.
We've seen several turnovers in this game, Alex, and that was one of the critical ones there on Leuzinger's part. A turnover for Leuzinger on the kickoff, giving Hawthorne possession at the 45 on their first play. They pick up a yard, or so we're looking at basically a 2nd and 9 now from the 44 of Hawthorne. And they're going to give them 5 more yards, it would appear. Flags are on the field before the snap. Let's see what the referees call.
I don't know about this ball game, Rufus.
They're going to call offside against Leuzinger. That's going to push Hawthorne forward 5 more yards.
I can imagine what the Olympians are going through right now, seeing flags in their dreams. They've been seeing them all night long.
And how quickly the emotion swings. For a few minutes there, the Hawthorne crowd was really quiet when they were down 21-7. Now it's 21-14 with them in possession. There's a pitch back from Conway to number 34. He's going to lose yards on this play. Again, the Leuzinger defense there, Alex, was very successful in stringing the play out. And what happens when you string it out? You give the other defenders time to catch up to the play. The Hawthorne running back never had a chance to turn the ball upfield.
Exactly. Those two defenders, number 24, Tim Camilo, and 25, Eric Johnson, they knew what was up. They were there.
It's a 3rd and 5. The Leuzinger defense will certainly want to try to hold Hawthorne on this play. They're in a T formation with wide receivers on both sides. He drops back, he passes over the middle, incompletely.
Oh, taking it for a little play ride there, a little joy ride. Even though it was overthrown, good idea by Conway, good call.
Conway just simply dropped straight back, threw the ball over the middle. It appeared to be a timing pattern. And on the timing pattern, basically, folks, all that happens is that they have a rhythm count, and the quarterback says, on 5, I'm going to throw it to you, and you be at the spot.
Exactly.
He never even looks at the receiver. He simply throws to the spot, and if everything works, it should be there.
Difficult Conway play, but however, he usually completes those.
This is a 4th down and 5 play for Hawthorne, and they're going for
another pass.
Another drop back pass.
Same play.
And it's complete for a first down.
Other side.
A gutsy call on the part of the Hawthorne coaching staff. They went for it on a 4th and 5, and they converted for the first down.
It didn't work the play before that, but number 86, Keith Ponce, just did a little move on the inside and just tucked it in, took it for a few yards. That's what the Cougars needed.
Same sort of play that we called before, Alex, a timing pattern. And the Washington Redskins, as a professional team, run that play to perfection about 75% of the time. 1st and 10 from the Leuzinger 30, hand off to the second man through, and he picks up about 5 yards on the play.
Looked like Taylor, number 34. That's who it was, and he's just a workhorse. He's doing all the running on the ground, just about all the running. When he's not handing off, when Conway's not handing off to Taylor, he's doing those short little passes, just pecking away at that Olympian defense, and it seems to be showing right now. The Olympians look a little slow, and
maybe they're getting a little tired, Alex. What looked like was going to be a runaway for Leuzinger, it suddenly turned into a very tight contest. It's 2nd and 5, Inside handoff again, and he picks up about 3 yards on the play down to the 22-yard line.
And you guessed it, same Taylor, same number 34.
He's got to get the ball to the 20 for a first down. It's 3rd and 2 for Hawthorne at the Leuzinger 22-yard line.
Looks within their reach. However, 3rd down, could be gambling a little here with a pass.
Let's see what they go for here.
I would think they take it around side on a run.
They come out in an I formation. Conway takes the snap. He hands off to the second man through.
Oh, he didn't get it.
And he was stuffed and he fumbled, but he recovered his own fumble. I think they called him down.
I don't think he got it. I think they're inches short. I really don't think he got it. But we'll see. Only the chain people.
They're calling 4th down. They don't even have to bring the chains out. As you can see, it's 4th and inches, people.
What is Casillas going to call?
It's going to be a big call, whatever it is.
I don't know if it'll decide the game. However, they will have another chance, but here we go.
Well, there's 7 minutes and 50 seconds left in the game, and Hawthorne is going for it on a 4th and 1 at the
quarterback sneak.
20-yard line. Let's see what happens here. They got quarterback sneak, and it looks like they got the necessary yardage.
Kind of telegraphed it to me. However, I've seen most of the Hawthorne games, and they do that. When they need the inches, Conway's right there with his fist clenched. Number 3, the big guy, right up the middle.
A critical 4th down play that Hawthorne was successful on at the Leuzinger 20-yard line. They needed a yard, and that's about all they got, but Conway got it. What a gutsy high school football player. This guy's going to be good, Alex.
You can see it. You can see it right now. You can see it develop. Fake handoff.
A fake.
He's wide open.
Inside handoff.
He puts a move. He looks like he's in there.
Conway is in. Touchdown, Hawthorne. And folks, we've got ourselves a 1-point ball game. He had us completely fooled, Alex. I thought it was the inside handoff that they've done all night. It was a quarterback keeper. He went around to the wide side of the field, to the left side of the line. There was no one at home for Leuzinger, and consequently, you've got a 21-20 score with 7 minutes and 9 seconds left in the ball game.
Well, folks, I can't really say I saw that coming. However, he faked both of us out. Probably faked you guys out, too. He did his work. He does what he does best, scramble and score. Hawthorne
lines up as if though they're going to go for the kick to tie the ball game, but remember, Conway holds on the kick, but he puts it down, and it's up, and it's good.
Eddie Korn.
We've got a tie ball game at 7 minutes and 9 seconds, 21-21, between the Hawthorne Cougars and the Leuzinger Olympians. People, this has turned out to be a whale of a ball game. And the tide of emotion has changed drastically. The Leuzinger side is sitting in shocked disbelief.
What more can we say? I mean, Eddie Korn just capped it off, put the exclamation mark on that sentence, if you will. And now it's a tie ball game. As we were saying, it's anybody's ball game. Hey, a lot can happen in 7 minutes and 9 seconds.
Oh, there's plenty of football time, Alex. The key to this game all night has been turnovers and penalties. Both teams have scored off the other team's turnovers or critical penalties. We've also had some excellent special teams play. And the points are on the board.
There's no overtime here.
Here's the Hawthorne kickoff. It's handled at the 15-yard line. He brings it up to the... And he's stuck at the 28-yard line. They are really starting to hit hard now. And look at the Hawthorne players. Man, they are pumped. They're coming off, giving high fives and waving their fists. They know they're back in this game. They came from a long way down to get back into it also, Alex.
That was number 75, Everardo Duran, that put the big stop on that one. He didn't get anywhere.
You've got to give the Hawthorne squad a lot of credit. They were way down and could have easily have given up, but they hung in there, and they're back in a tie ball game. It's 1st and 10 for Leuzinger at their own 27-yard line.
Now they go with a handoff there.
And there's no gain on the play at all.
Those Cougars are playing rough out there. Number 23 for the Cougars was all over the running back there, Kyle Lewis.
It's very important to Leuzinger at this point that they not make any mistakes.
Not get over-aggressive either, penalties.
Yeah, a mistake right now could really hurt them. I think it took a while, but Hawthorne has finally found their rhythm on offense, and they've moved the ball on their last 2 drives. So Leuzinger has to play mistake-free football now.
Here's a handoff.
There's a pitch out, and
more like
it's stopped for no gain. In fact, there's probably a loss on the play.
Number 44 was all over the ball. Avery Kinder, when he came up with it, he treated it like it was his gift. He didn't want to let anybody have that ball.
Here's a big 3rd down play for Leuzinger. It's 3rd and 13. Leuzinger has the ball at their own 27-yard line. They've got to get out to the 40-yard line for a 1st down. Manigo brings him up to the line. He's got a single back behind him. He takes the snap. It's a passing play. Oh, but he elects to hold it. There's a fumble on the play.
Number 84 knocked him down. Oh, number 90 was going the wrong way.
He was going the wrong way, but the ball has been ruled down.
Incredible.
The ball has been ruled down.
84, Keith Sneed tangled up Manigo. And
no. Now they're ruling that it wasn't down.
It wasn't?
And they're giving possession to Hawthorne.
Stan Ford was a wrong-way runner there. It didn't make any difference. He made up his mind, went the other way, corrected it.
Right. Hawthorne takes possession on the fumble by Manigo, and they take possession at the Leuzinger 24-yard line.
Seesaw battle here, back and forth. However, the Cougars are taking advantage of every opportunity they can.
And this is a big opportunity for them. This is an opportunity for Hawthorne to go ahead. It's an inside handoff to number 34, and he picks up about 4 yards on the play.
Number 34, as we've been talking about all night long, that's the ever-famous Rod Taylor there. He seems to be getting all the action. Well, Cougars are no doubtedly pumped up. The cheerleaders are all revved up. They're all excited. The fans, you see pom-poms everywhere, scarlet and gold.
With 4 minutes, 30 seconds left in the game. Hawthorne has possession at the Leuzinger 19. There's a handoff, and it's stopped for no gain. I think right now Hawthorne is probably playing to burn some time off the clock, keep the ball in the middle of the field, so if they have to go for a field goal attempt.
And look who's warming up, number 20, Eddie Korn. It could all come down to a field goal attempt.
Either way, because I think with the time that's left in the game, about 4 minutes is left in the game, folks.
3 and 5.
Leuzinger should get one more possession.
Cougars need 5 yards here.
Hawthorne's in the I formation.
Oh, Conway's going to get
Conway
those 5 yards.
It.
Maybe.
He turns,
maybe
he gets
not.
Out. He
he bobbled it. Desperation pass right there. Travis Hanna had it in his hands. Probably got too excited.
Open.
Maybe pressure, maybe, see, number 70 right there calming down the fans here on the sidelines. Travis Hanna, you don't see that. It's like Ozzie Smith for the Cardinals missing a ball. Travis Hanna had it in his hands and no control.
A sure-handed receiver. The ball hit him. I don't know what to say, Alex. It hit him right in his hands. There was no one around him. That play will be talked about for years, people.
And Conway with that desperation pass.
Now we've got the field goal attempt. It's a 4th and 5.
That's what I was talking about. Let's see what happens.
And they're going for the field goal. The kick is there.
It's not making it.
Blocked.
It's flat.
It's no good. It is no good.
Ooh. Great sportsmanship there by number 10 of the Olympians.
It was no good.
Anthony Jefferson bent over and picked up number 3 of the Cougars, Curtis Conway, on that play. That's great sportsmanship, especially after that last series of plays.
So the score remains tied. Leuzinger takes possession. 3:44 left in the game.
This is a wild one here.
It turned out to be the game that we all thought it would be.
And check out Conway. He's on the sidelines putting his helmet on the grass, pounding on the ground, saying what could have been, what was.
I'm sure Conway is hoping for one more crack at the ball.
Manigo with a fake.
Manigo with a fake. He turns the corner. Oh, he's surrounded.
Uh-oh. Number 44, a lot of pressure on him right there.
And he's hit by 3 Hawthorne defenders.
But the leader of that pack was Avery Kindred. He wasn't going to let Manigault get more yards than that.
Manigault gets up, he looks okay. You know, coming into this game, Manigault did have the bad back, and he was hit very hard, but he looks to be okay.
A big switch that Carnes could be thinking of right now is to put Jefferson in.
3 minutes, 15 seconds left in the game.
Put
Not
Jefferson-
the quarter, people. This is the game.
Put Jefferson as running back, Franklin as quarterback. Hey, I'm not a coach. However, it could be a big key right here.
Leuzinger comes up to the line of scrimmage. They're in an I formation. Manigault is over the center. He takes the snap. He hands off to the first man. Fake to the first man, too, and he keeps the ball. He's carrying it very openly, and he gains the first down.
Manigault plays that if it was nothing. He just walks up and shakes it off.
And the players are getting a little testy. Manigault had a few words for some of the Hawthorne defenders, but they're quickly separated.
Tempers are flared.
The play comes in from the bench. Ica brings in the play to Manigault. Manigault tells the team what they're going to do. They come up to the line of scrimmage.
Time clicking away.
It's a 1st and 10 play for Leuzinger at their own 36-yard line. They're in an I formation.
Cougars patiently.
And he hands to the first man
Ica.
through, who's Ica, and Ica picks up about 4 yards on the play.
He got a little second effort there too, huh? It's all right there on midfield just about. Anybody's ball game. I hate to bore you with that phrase, but like we've said from the beginning, anybody's ball game.
Danny Ica gives you second effort every time he touches the ball. The guy has a lot of heart, and he plays hard every play.
Hard-nosed
We're
ball
approaching the
player.
2-minute warning, or 2 minutes, 2 seconds, 2 minutes, 1 second. There is no 2-minute warning, so we're under 2 minutes now. Hand off to number 12, and he stopped for a very short gain.
That was Damon Whitmore. He didn't quite see too much daylight there. Gonna have to try all over again.
There's there's 1 minute and 40 seconds left in the game, and the clock is moving. It's a 3rd down play for Leuzinger, 3rd and 6. The score is 21-21. Leuzinger has possession of the ball at their own 42-yard line. A crucial 3rd down play coming up for Leuzinger. I'm sure right now, Alex, they're basically playing, hopefully, to get in the field position. In the field goal position, and go for the 3 points and close this thing out. But they still got a long way to go
Go
before
for a
they're in
bomb,
field goal
maybe?
position.
Fake handoff?
It's a fake handoff. Manigault
44
keeps the ball.
didn't think so.
He's not going to make it.
He wasn't fooled.
He's not going to make
Avery
it at all.
Kindred, he wasn't fooled at all. He saw it coming. He read it right. Manigault walked right into his path, and Kindred took care of the rest.
So you've got a 4th down play. The clock has been stopped by the referees.
If
It's
you're
an
a fan,
official's timeout right now.
this is the kind of ball game, Rufus, where you got to be pulling for one team or another. You can't be biased. You know, then people want to see, the fans, the viewers, they all want to see somebody win this game. But win or lose, those Olympians have to have a lot of pride deep down inside to come in as underdogs with the record that they have, which isn't bad, and be written off by the papers and people, and just to put up this kind of ball game is something to be proud about.
Leuzinger has played an excellent ball game, as you said, Alex. Win, lose, or draw, these guys have nothing to be ashamed of. They came into this ball game underdogs. They've hung tough. They defended Hawthorne well going into the 4th quarter. A couple of critical turnovers gave Hawthorne scoring opportunities, and Hawthorne, being the quality football team that they are, undefeated 4-0, capitalized on those turnovers, and that's why we've got a tie ball game, and we've got a 4th down situation, 4th and 6 for Leuzinger. 1 minute and 5 left in the game, and Leuzinger is obviously going to punt the ball right now.
Could be a trick play. Jefferson back to kick? No, it's not a
Kick
trick.
is up. It's end over end. It rolls. The up back picks it up.
They're all
And
over
he's
him.
hit.
84 makes a big hit
And he
right there.
stopped at his own 29-yard line.
Tyrone Scott was there to smother him.
And Hawthorne will take over on its own 29-yard line with 57 seconds left in the game. It's a tie ball game, Alex. 21-21.
Byron Wade, the ball carrier there, thought he could have made a break there. However, they put it down on him, led by Tyrone Scott. Clock ticking away, Rufus. It's an exciting game.
The clock is rolling.
Very
There's 50
exciting.
seconds and rolling. And the crowd's on their feet on both sides. Everybody's standing up. This is getting critical. It's 1st and 10 there in the I formation. Conway takes the snap. He drops back to pass. He goes to the bomb. It's up there, but it's too long.
Ooh.
Too long.
Travis Hanna, the man that will probably not forget that play that he dropped right over there, had a chance to make up for it. However, Conway just overthrew him a little.
And, of course, the clock stops on an incompletion, Alex, so there are 33 seconds left in the game. I got to give Leuzinger credit on that play. It seems like they were anticipating something like that, and they had the play well defended. Hannah was covered step for step all the way down the field.
Very much so. Conway just threw that like if it was just a little toss. And that ball carried.
It's a 2nd down play, although the scoreboard shows 1st and 10.
Deep, another same play.
Hawthorne, he drops back to pass again.
Conway doing what he does best. Well, probably not there.
Oh,
hit a little late. He was tiptoeing the sideline there.
The hit was a bit late by Leuzinger, but it wasn't called, and they're fortunate on that play because that could have been a major 15-yard penalty. There are 25 seconds left in the game. The score is still 21-21. Hawthorne has possession of the ball, and that's what's important. You got to have the ball to win. Hawthorne has possession. It's a 3rd down play, though, Alex. 3rd and 6 with 25 seconds to go in a tie ball game.
With all this pressure, Rufus, you see these people standing in the stands. Can you imagine the viewer in their living room standing up and cheering away? One of the most exciting games I've seen in a while.
And I think, well, let's see what the play is going to be this time. 3rd down and 6 for Hawthorne.
He
fakes it. He fakes it. Conway's got it.
He's got the sideline. He gets loose.
He's into the sidelines, and he goes out of bounds.
Oh, right into the Leuzinger cheerleaders over there. He's not wanted over there.
And Conway taunts the Leuzinger crowd on that side. That's not going to make him a favorite with any of the Leuzinger fans. It's a 1st and 10 play for Hawthorne, though, and they picked up the necessary yardage, and let's see where they spotted. They spotted just inside the Leuzinger side of the 50-yard line. Let's call it the Leuzinger 48. There's 21 seconds left. 1st and 10 for Hawthorne.
Conway looked very confident on that run. Looked like maybe he knows something we don't know. Let's see what he's got going inside his helmet there.
The Leuzinger defensive backs are playing about 20 yards off the line of scrimmage. Here's a pass and play.
He's open.
In the air. I think it's going to be a little too long, though.
He had burned Richie Jacobs over there, number 2.
Yes, he had. The Hawthorne receiver had gotten way behind the Leuzinger defender, and if the ball had been there, that would have been 6 points, plain and simple, Alex.
No doubt about it.
There's 16 seconds left in the game. It's going to be a 2nd down and 10 play for Hawthorne. The score is 21-21. Hawthorne has possession of the football at the Leuzinger 48-yard line. Alex, I think this is a good time to pause and congratulate the cable production staff at Lawndale Cable 60. This has been a production brought to you by Mike Gillars and his staff, and they've done a fine job tonight of bringing this game to us.
Carnes is all over, maneuvering his defenders.
Hawthorne takes the snap. Conway drops back. He's throwing it again.
That's intercepted. Looks intercepted. It is
intercepted, folks.
Number 10, who's that? Anthony Jefferson. Oh, there's a fight.
We got a scuffle on the field. We expected that this would happen. Words are being
Cougars and Olympians.
And there's a flag on the play.
He blew it. Number 34 for the Olympians blew it.
Well, let's see who he calls this on. There was a lot of finger pointing and hollering on both sides, and it'll just be interesting to see who the referee calls this on.
Personally, I think Ray Bolden didn't really need to shove him. It was already dead. It was over. He didn't have to come and be an instigator.
And for you young aspiring athletes out there, in situations like this, it's important to maintain your cool.
Yeah, there it is, just like I said. With 8 seconds.
The penalty is against Leuzinger.
They just lost precious yardage right there. With 8 seconds, they need those yards.
Yes, they do.
They're back in their own territory, near the end zone, which is dangerous, huh?
Yeah, Leuzinger has the ball at the 10-yard line on the interception of Conway's attempted pass. Conway went deep. He had nobody there. Leuzinger had to play well defended, and they come up with the interception. There's only 8 seconds left in this game, Alex. It's 21-21.
It's going down to the wire. Plain and simple, like you said, down to the wire. If Leuzinger really wants it, they'll go for a play. If not, they'll sit on it.
I'm guessing they'll play to run the clock out.
They sat on it.
Leuzinger is going to be happy to settle for the tie, it appears. That's what we're going to have. 3 seconds,
they deserve
2 seconds, 1 second. That's the ball game. It ends up in a tie.
21-21. You've seen it here on Lawndale Cable.
So Hawthorne record goes to 4-0-1. Leuzinger record goes to 3-1-1. An excellent ball game played by both teams, and I guess it ended the way it should end, in a tie.
Win, lose, or draw, exactly. Both teams deserve a lot of credit for this. Both ways they'll go into their leagues. The Ocean League, Hawthorne, Beverly Hills. The Pioneer League, Leuzinger against El Segundo.